Hello, my name is Matt Lathrop. I'll be your instructor for college algebra this semester. I actually have two sections of college algebra that I'll be teaching, Section 61 and Section 62. I'm going to use this same video for both courses because most of the information is completely identical. The only difference will be a slight shift in our due dates for assignments. The first thing I want to draw your attention to are the announcements for the class. Every time you log into Canvas, I would just encourage you to take a look there and see if there's any information that I've pushed out to the class to be sure you're aware of upcoming news and any potential changes to the course. Moving on to the syllabus, this is an online asynchronous course, meaning there's no specific time that we're meeting throughout the week. It's just up to you to work on assignments at your own pace throughout the week, as long as they're getting done by the due date. Anytime you do have questions, though, you're more than welcome to contact me via email or message me via Canvas. I do my best to get back to those messages within 24 hours, but may take a little bit longer over the weekend to reply. I also have office hours. During those office hours, I reply to those emails and messages much more quickly. Not necessarily instantly if I'm working with another student, but you can expect a much faster reply. Or if you want to set up a virtual meeting via Zoom, you can email me and we can do that as well if there's some questions that you want to talk through. Skipping ahead a little bit, we want to talk about the required materials for the course. You're going to need access to Canvas, online access to my math lab, which is something that you'll need to purchase an access code for. You'll be prompted to do that when you open up your first assignment. You can purchase that access code through the bookstore or directly through the web, which is generally the cheaper option. You'll also need a graphing calculator, which will vary depending on the course that you're going on to after this one. If you have questions about that, just get in touch with me and we can talk about it. You'll need online access to Desmos, which is a freely available online tool, as well as a Zoom client for proctored Zoom sessions and those virtual office hours if we have some of those. You have the option of purchasing a physical textbook. I would only encourage you to do that if you really prefer to have a physical book. Otherwise, an electronic copy of the text is included and embedded throughout the course. You may also want a basic or scientific calculator because certain exams won't allow the use of a graphing calculator. This course is going to focus heavily on technology, or rely heavily on technology, with assignments being completed online, virtual proctoring being completed through Zoom, and about 1/3 of the topics in this course will require the use of Desmos, that free tool that I mentioned before. What you need to start thinking about is the idea that lack of access to or malfunctioning technology may not be considered an acceptable excuse for late submissions. That means you want to start thinking ahead of time about what your backup plan is going to be if your personal computer or device crashes, or if your internet goes out at home. What's going to be your plan for making sure you can still meet those upcoming deadlines? Your attendance and participation are going to be required. While we don't meet face-to-face, there are expectations of what you should be working on from week to week, including assignments, completing readings, watching video lectures, and taking part in discussions. We won't have discussions every week, but when those do pop up, those will be required assignments with specific outlines for what you need to complete as a part of that assignment. There's also information here about the drop and midterm withdrawal policy. In general, if you're blogging in, staying on top of assignments, this is nothing you'll have to worry about. But just to let everyone know, if you haven't completed an assignment before the drop date, you'll be dropped from this course. And if any of these conditions are met at midterm, you could be withdrawn from this course. Again, as long as you're staying up to date with assignments, that's nothing you'll have to worry about. Weekly homework will be required. Those homework assignments will give you an unlimited attempt unlimited number of attempts at every question until you get them right. There will be a due date, but you can still continue to complete homework after the due date with a 10% penalty applied. That means that throughout the semester you should be able to have at least a 90% on every homework assignment if you're willing to just keep working on those problems, preferably even higher. Let's see, we'll also have weekly quizzes. Quizzes have to be submitted by the due date or you'll receive a 0. You will have the opportunity to unlock a second quiz attempt if you earn 95% or better on all of the related homework assignments. So there's some encouragement there to put some extra work into your homework. That second attempt, between the two attempts, it's only the better score that will apply to your grade, so it's always to your advantage to take that second attempt. Either you'll end up improving your score on the quiz, or if you do a little bit worse, you'll identify some concepts that maybe you still need to review. Practice quizzes, though, will be available to help you review and prepare. Our exams will be split into two parts. A theory portion, which will be very similar to math exams that you've probably seen in the past, where you're given a problem and you're expected to show your work step by step for how you arrived at that solution. But then we'll also have application exams, where Desmos will be doing most of the calculations, most of that heavy lifting for us, and then we'll just be focusing more on interpreting those results. For the theory exams, those will be proctored with a 1-hour time limit. The proctoring times are provided here. I would encourage you to start looking at those now to see which times work out best for you, or to start thinking about the backup plan, which is that you would need to come into the testing center in person. Testing is available at the Normal campus as well as the Pontiac and Lincoln campus, so if you're not able to make one of those Zoom sessions, that's going to be our alternate plan for you. Application exams will be unproctored but still with a 1-hour time limit. Practice exams will always be available to help you review and prepare, and exams have to be completed by the due date in order to receive credit. You'll also have a few opportunities throughout the semester to improve low scores. As I already mentioned, homework assignments can be completed after the due date for up to 90% credit. One optional quiz will be provided at the end of the semester. If you complete that, it can replace a previous quiz score. Whether you had a quiz that didn't go as well as you would have liked, or maybe missed one altogether, you'll have the opportunity to make up for that. You'll also have the opportunity to replace both a theory and an application exam score. Your percentages on the final, if you were to beat out a prior exam of the same type, will replace that previous exam score, giving you, in some cases, a pretty significant boost at the end of the semester. Meaning right up till the end of the class, there are some pretty significant opportunities to improve your grade if things haven't been going well for you so far, if you've maybe had some content you struggled with a little bit. The final exam is required. You must complete it whether or not you need to improve a low exam score, but you get that added benefit of being able to boost a prior score. Skipping down to the weekly schedule, what you'll see is our plan from week to week, what we're going to cover, including the weeks that those exams hit. Keep in mind that those theory exams will be proctored, either via Zoom or coming into campus to the testing center. The only difference between the two sections I'm teaching will be these due dates. For both classes, all of the assignments are going to be opening on Monday, August 16th. If you're in section 61, your first set of assignments are due 1 week later, Monday night at 11:59 p.m., and then you'll follow that Monday to Monday schedule. New assignments will open on Monday and be due the following Monday. If you're in section 62, you've got the same opening day, but instead your assignments will be due on August 25th, that Wednesday, at 11:59 p.m., and that class is going to follow a Wednesday to Wednesday schedule. So the next batch of assignments would open on Wednesday and be due the following Wednesday. That just keeps us on a nice, consistent schedule. That is a brief overview of the syllabus and expectations of the course. If you have questions, I would encourage you to get in touch with me, whether they're about policies in the syllabus, expectations for the course overall, content questions when you actually get into working on the Module 1 topics, or even if it's something as simple as not knowing where to navigate in Canvas. I hope this turns out to be a really positive semester for all of you, and wish you all the best of luck.